Hey, I'm Matt. This is the fourth video on my S13 2JZ rebuild series. This episode I want to talk about the diff and what I've got to do to it. Now, I got this diff a couple of years back. It's a R200. I don't actually know what's in it. I'm pretty sure it's a mechanical clutch type slip-through diff. Hopefully it is. But at a minimum, I have to replace this rear plate to make it fit that subframe because yeah, it's got these pieces here and that one bolts in with 4 bolts, not 2. And I need to change this cup here as well because that's been bent. So I've sort of propped this up on here on a bit of aluminium RHS and a couple of cable ties and a trolley so I can pull off this rear cover. Hopefully catch all the oil in there and not make too much of a mess. Although if it goes everywhere, it'll probably be funny, so it could go either way. So I finally managed to convince the back cover to come away and the oil has come out. It looks like there's some crap in it though. I don't know if that's a problem or not. I'm probably going to get some help with this and get someone to give me a bit of advice. I can tell in here that it's definitely a mechanical diff, which is good. Okay, I've got the centre out. I've noticed a bit of burning around here on the bearing caps. I think it's burning, it's definitely blackened. I'll have to check that out and make sure the bearing's in good condition. I've also noted the shims that are in there. I've got to make sure I don't mix those up because otherwise I'm going to have some strife. There's a mystery washer in here. I don't know why it's there. Okay, so a bit of a closer look at what I've found. As I said before, inside these bearing holders, bearing caps, I'm seeing some burning. Doesn't look great. On here, the bearing race or shell, looks like there's some burning on there as well, and also appears to be a bit of wear on the bearing surface. Not sure if it's still serviceable. It might be worth replacing the bearings. I'm going to have to get those checked out. Here you can see the burning I'm talking about on where the bearings sit inside the casing. Now the other concern I've got is in here, you can see there's a washer floating in there. Okay, so I've got the ring gear removed and I've sorted these socket head cap screws in here. Looking at that, I suspect that's been clunking around, getting caught in these little gears for a while. The gears themselves look okay. So I'm pretty sure that's just not meant to be in there. I don't know how that's gotten in there. Maybe they've dropped it in there when they've had a half shaft out or something. So I'm just going to clean this and put it back together now. I'm fairly happy with the condition apart from that washer, but I couldn't see any damage to be concerned about, so I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to go in reverse to the way I pulled it apart, so instead of pulling that stack apart like I did there, I'm going to slide the pieces back into this basket one at a time. It's going to be a lot easier. So I've just spoken to my father about this diff, especially the condition of the bearings. He says that the marks in here mean that they're absolutely rooted and they're going to have to replace them. But not only that, he says that means the bearing in here on the pinion is going to be absolutely screwed as well. So this has turned into a pretty big job. So next I have to get this nut off, and apparently that's going to really suck as well. So let's see how I go. I reckon I'm going to make some sort of contraption up to hold that in the vise, and probably swear at it a lot. I haven't had much success with hammers and drifts and even sledgehammers, so I went and bought this fucking huge hydraulic press to do what I want to do, but I need to make some various pieces to go up in here. They fit around there underneath the bearing, support it in the press and hopefully push on there. I've tied some rope around the centre so it doesn't plunge to its death. Got the pieces that I ground up before to hold the bottom of the bearing. I've got this shaft that's left over from TAFE I did many years ago. Fits in there just. Now hopefully, with any luck, this will be my first successful pressing. Right, what's going to happen? Hopefully I don't die. Wait, haven't seen this before. And out it comes. Yes. Excellent. That works an absolute treat. And my rope saved the day. Excellent. And hopefully this works on the other side too. Bang, easy. Next I'm going to try and press out the bearing in the bottom of here. The piece I used before, that nut is just big enough to press the bearing out, so I'm going to give that a go. And out it comes. Okay, for the next bearing race or shell, I can't get to it with anything round because of that lip there, but Nissan have conveniently left these gaps on either side, so I just cut a piece of flat bar. I can drop that in there, and that flat bar just sits on the edge of the bearing shell. have held on to that a bit better, but anyway. So the last bearing's the one on the pinion shaft. I'm going to try and use the same jig that I used to pull off the diff centre side bearings. It doesn't quite fit, but I think I'm going to get away with it. Let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wow. So to try and pull this, well, what's left of the pinion bearing out, I've made these plates, cut a radius out like before, but I had to thin them down quite a bit so that they'd fit in here. So I'm not comfortable with the amount of pressure I had to apply to this before. Seems a bit scary and like something's going to break, possibly the jig, so I'm going to try using some heat and see if that helps. Okay, now all the bearings and seals are out. I just need to write down all the numbers and head to the bearing shop and get them to order them for me. I'm still waiting for the bearings to come in. I just ordered them today actually. It's going to be about 2 days, so thought I'd get in and give the casings a really good clean and a paint. So I've been editing the video as I go, and it's getting a little bit too long to have as a single video, so I've decided to split it into two. So the first video that you've seen will be the disassembly, and the next video is going to be the reassembly. Thanks for watching so far, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Press the like button, that would be awesome. Cheers.